Okay, so now Atmentod, now you put in an announcement that you're still going to carry on with the AMVs. Now, obviously, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, if it's a very secret thing. But what kind of projects, like kinds of AMVs, do you have in store for your viewers in the future?
I guess any of my favorite anime, really. Right now, I was working on Aim for the Top 2 AMV. I hit a roadblock, so I've stopped working on it for a little bit. So,
given it's a break.
Yeah.
Got the old writer's block, eh?
it's just the song I chose. It's just so hard to flow with it, and it's hard when the song can be out of sync with it.
Which song is it?
Oh, I was using a Super Nintendo song. It was really fast, so I couldn't really figure out how to meld it together.
Super Nintendo song. I mean, like 8-bit, like
because it's a SNES song from a mecha SNES game, and
really?
the top 2 is about mechas, so it seems to go really well together.
I see. Yeah, that's. So I see you're kind of like me in the way that when you see something visually and then you hear a song or something and you're just like, that would set that kind of setting, that mood, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, I'll put footage together, I'll assemble it, and then I'll go test for like an hour or two different songs. I'll just go through these different songs and see if it jives.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the same process for me. Like, I mean, I remember when I was making a Hellsing AMV for Halloween, and I was like thinking to myself, okay, what can I do that? What out of the bands that I listen to actually have like something that has that, you know, that very gothic theatrical vibe? Because as we all know, Hellsing is very over the top and theatrical with its stuff, and it's very gothic. So I thought I was just checking through a bunch of songs. I was like, oh well, why not give Camelot a chance, you know? So I used what was that song, March of Mephisto, with the vocalist of Dimmu Borgir in there. So I thought like, well, it fit pretty nicely. It seemed to fit with the whole red overtones of the AMV and everything. So yeah, I decided to do that. So I'm very thematic as well, and the same goes for like my Ghost of the Shell AMVs. Like I was just using like a whole bunch of guys like Blue Stally, Zardonic, and all that kind of stuff to make my Ghost of the Shell AMVs. And then Berserk's got to be like some kind of power metal, like heavy dark power metal style. So yeah, I'm very thematic like that as well. I also tend to think like, I think this song will go well with whatever. I can't see myself picking a random song and just being like, oh, let's just make this, you know? So yeah. But yeah. Okay, so now another thing I want to ask Atmentod is obviously you're into anime. Now, how did you discover anime? Like, what was the first series you watched, and who introduced you to it, and all that stuff?
Oh God! Well, the first series I watched was Sailor Moon when I was a kid, so that's how I got started. Oh man, don't make me rewatch that crap because that's all I had. It was DBZ and Sailor Moon, but I really liked it. It was different from cartoons at the time.
Yeah, we felt like that at the time.
Yeah. So, and then I just went from there, you know?
So, like, what would you say was the first mature anime you watched? Like, the one with the most blood and guts and violence and stuff?
Well, the first anime I actually bought was when I was in 11th grade in high school, was Record of the Lodos War.
Oh, yes.
That's my channel art I picked was from anime. It's still one of my top favorites. Really good one. Masterpiece, I'd say.
I've still got to check it out because I remember when I saw you when you got your channel back and you changed it to that. I actually asked you in the comments what anime is that from. So obviously I haven't watched it yet, but I did research on it and it looks really cool because I mean I enjoy shows like Berserk obviously and so forth. So I like the whole fantasy, epic fantasy aesthetic and stuff. So I'll definitely give that anime a watch. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, I hope you like it. I really love it. So.
Okay, cool. Do you obviously enjoy? I see from a lot of the shows that you use in your AMVs, you enjoy a lot of some of the more experimental shows. Because I was watching your AMV that you did. I think it was called the Technology Fan Service one. There was one particular. I saw Lane and Ikitosen there, but then I saw this one AV I never saw before, and it looked like it had a really, I wouldn't say odd art style. It was just like it didn't like quite fit the others, and I was just like, "What is this show?" So I read the description, but I mean, like, is that the kind of show you enjoy a lot, or do you just watch the same stuff pretty much all of us watch, everyone else watches?
I don't think I watch very irregular shows, I guess. I don't like a lot of the mainstream anime, but which anime was it that looked out of place to you? Can you give me an idea?
It had people, it had like, I guess it looked like a floating hologram thing shooting bullets.
AnimeToil? Yeah, AnimeToil was a really good futuristic tech anime back in the day. That was released, I think, several years ago.
Wow. So it's a cyberpunk anime like Technolize or something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go so far as that, but maybe a little more cutesy, if that makes any sense. Like a cutesy approach. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, cool.
I mean, it's little kids. You're following little kids, so.
Yeah, it's Moe cyberpunk.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. No, I got to check that out. That it actually looked really cool. I'll definitely give that a watch as well. So me with anime, I've for a while when I got into anime, I obviously got into it with the mainstream stuff, Naruto, Bleach, and all that. And obviously as a kid there was Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. But then as it progressed, I started. I think I'd have to say the first really violent anime that I watched was Dead Man Wonderland, and that was quite the edgy show. So but after that I just couldn't take the ongoing shows anymore, like all the long ongoing stuff. So I was just like, nah, screw this, let's watch all the shorter shows. So ever since then, like I've really become a fan of Psycho Pass, Ghost in the Shell, the original Berserk I love. The movie's okay, but I cannot stand that new one. That new one's got some really crap animation and plot writing. Yeah, it's just terrible. And I've just been really into shows like that. I do still watch the odd, like cutesy show and stuff, but I tend to gravitate more towards the really serious stuff, even if it's like ridiculous serious. So that's pretty much how I watch, and I obviously enjoy the classics, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, and all that stuff. So that's always cool to watch as well.
Nice.
And Claudio has really been pushing me to watch all the retro titles. He's
and for good reason, because they're all really good.
Yeah.
Well, so some of them better than others, obviously. But I mean, I think it all boils down to that I'm older than you, and that's why. I not only that, it's like I started pretty early as well. I've been watching anime for as long as I can remember, really. So but it's like the old. Like Cowboy Bebop and that stuff. I love Rurouni Kenshin, for example. It's one of my favorite animes, even though it had a bunch of fillers, but still I thought it was really good when that came out in the mid 90s, I believe. And a lot of cool stuff from back then.
Yeah, because I know how much you complain about the the modern anime scene with like 13 episodes, go read the manga. 13 episodes, go read the manga.
That does suck. Yeah.
Back in the days, the season was like 25, 26 episodes. Now it's only 13, and that's no bullshit. But it's not about that. It's also about the fact that they're mass producing anime like never before, and the quality is actually pretty bad. I mean, if you watch like newer anime with pretty decent quality, you end up watching stuff like I guess the Attack on Titan. The anime is fun. It's really good. I really like One Punch Man. The anime was the animation was pretty cool, even though the story is a bit weird, different. But I liked it. I really liked it. I liked how goofy he is. And Boku no Hero Academia is pretty decent animation as well. But that's basically all I know from the newer animes. I I don't really follow anime. I read manga. That's kind of what I'm about. I don't watch anime all that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to read, man. I ain't got time. I gotta watch it because I don't have time to read.
Read is quicker for me, so I rather do that. Yeah.
See, at least Claudio's cultured. Rest of us plebs don't read anymore. Oh gosh, yeah, no, but that's awesome, man. But when it comes to manga, I don't really read much of it because it's kind of like the same. I think the reason why is because it's the same with American comic books. There's just so much, and then to try and keep up with one hobby and then keep up with another hobby and another hobby and another hobby, like in that sense, it just becomes too much. So instead, I'm like, I enjoy watching animation. I like the blend of visuals and the sound because when you're reading like a manga, you obviously don't get to see the stuff in motion. I mean, obviously you can put things together with your mind, but you don't get that same experience. And obviously you don't get an awesome soundtrack sometimes. You got to like kind of jam your own music in the back or something. So, I think the only manga I read is Berserk, and I've read a few pages of the original Ghost in the Shell manga because I really like Masumi Nishiro's art style. I like that old school cyberpunk art style, manga style, but other than that, I haven't read much manga. I think maybe I read the first 2 volumes of Claymore back in the day, but I could never keep up with manga. And the same goes for American comic books. Like, I have a collection of American comic books. I even did a vlog series where I showcased them, but I can't keep up with all the different books and stuff. I just find animation and TV shows a lot easier to follow. So, yeah, I guess that's how my system works. So,
I'm right with you, Russell. Me too. Well, every time I crack a book or open a book, somebody calls me or something, or I'm distracted, or I can't like focus enough to read. Yeah, I got ADD, so like my brain is everywhere all the time, and I can't sit and read a book.
Thank God for audiobooks, though. I've been listening to a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's stories lately,
so I really do audiobooks either. I can't. My brain like floats off into nowhere, and I start thinking about stuff. Then I come back, and I'm like, oh, I missed a bunch of stuff. I got to rewind it. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. I can't.
Oh, that sounds tough.
It is. It's a pain in the ass.
I will send you the link to the audiobook for the Dunwich Horror, which is one of my favorite Lovecraft stories. They have really good horror sound effects, and obviously you're a horror junkie, Michelle. Yeah. So you'll really appreciate the sound effects and stuff that they use in there. It's like, it's not just some boring old guy reading, like old English. This is like genuine scary stuff and everything like that.
I'll give it a shot, man. I'll give it a shot. But if I float away and then come back and not with the story, then you can't blame me, dude.
I doubt it. Just listen to us in a dark room and and have some good headsets on. Be prepared to be scared. So yeah, that's regarding that. Now,
the first time I ever saw anime was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it was the original Vampire Hunter D, the original.
Oh, nice! That's a good way to start right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they played it on the Sci-Fi Channel, so it was edited. So I went out and bought it, right, and brought it home. And the first second that dude ripped that chick's shirt off and her titty fell out, I was like, wow. This is awesome! I'm like, what the hell? And then, of course, the more I watched, then I got addicted, right? And realized that, this ain't normal, this ain't ordinary cartoons, right? And then all of a sudden I was super hooked. But I didn't know that there was going to be a titty until I brought that movie home and stuck it in. And the player was like, wow. I was like in shock.
Yeah. That's one of the things with anime, I think, and that's kind of what distinguishes it, and at least for me, how it's different from like regular cartoons. Because I remember, like when I was a little kid, there used to be these old Japanese. I don't know how much you know about mecha, but like they used to release a series called Macross. Every now and then they released them back like during the 80s and during the 90s as well. I think it's like kind of similar. It's very similar to Gundam, but it's different anyway. And I remember I saw in the US I think it was called Robotech. And that's kind of what I saw. And it was a bit traumatizing, to be honest, because I was really little when I watched it, but I have so clear memories of it. Spoiler alert. Some of the characters die, And during the season, it felt forever for me being a young kid during a summer watching that anime and invest so much time, and I watched it like once a week. And one of my favorite characters actually died. And I was like, and not I mean, like for reals. He's not like, no, he's not Dragon Ball Z. He died. That was it. He wasn't coming back or anything. With no resurrection. None of that bullshit. He just died. And I was like, what? And I felt kind of like empty inside. But it was super weird.
But it makes you feel, it makes you feel something you didn't feel before,
yeah. Exactly. That what's happening. That's kind of why I think anime is so cool, because it doesn't really follow the usual narrative of like normal cartoons. Mm-hmm. Of course, you have all kinds of anime, obviously, but in that case, it kind of really struck a nerve with me, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep watching this until somebody else dies.
Until it becomes Game of Thrones. But no, that's I get what you're saying. Anime tends to have like a lot of people tend to say it has a lot more balls to deal with topics that are like very sensitive, and actually shows stuff sometimes that is just weird and messed up. Like, I mean, I recall, I'm sure you guys know of Bennett the Sage, right? He did a review of an anime called Apocalypse Zero, and that shit is so messed up. I've never seen such a weird
Don't
anime.
start yourself. Don't watch it. It's garbage.
It looks so bizarre. Like, I mean, I was just like, what the hell are these people thinking, So, but when it comes to stuff that's obviously, lasted and is actually good, stood the test of time, like even the Miyazaki films, like Miyazaki's not afraid to touch with some very, dark themes that's like kids, at that age generally won't understand. So anime's definitely got the, the balls to deal with that stuff, whereas like cartoons always got to like try and like beat around the bush and everything like that. So I guess that's one of the many appealing.
It's a different type of storytelling. That's what's up.
Yeah, and now I have another question for Atmentod. Now, Atmentod, obviously, I assume you're also a fan of horror, right?
Very big fan of horror.
Sorry?
Very big fan of horror.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. I noticed whenever I type your channel name in the search bar, there's another channel called Behold Sin. Now, is that where you make your horror AMV stuff, or your just your horror videos and stuff?
And you found my alternate channel, yes. That was when I wanted to make music videos, which they didn't go anywhere, but I was very satisfied after making one. I can send you a link, because it's on an alternate channel to the alternate channel.
Inception. Boom.
Because at the time I thought it was going to get banned, which somehow it still is on YouTube. I don't know, because I think it's the most brutal music video ever created. But
awesome. I'll definitely check it out. Because I mean, me now. When it comes to horror, I'm very picky with the kind of horror. Like, I was actually talking to Michelle about this the other day. Like, I like the atmospheric horror and stuff, and obviously it needs to scare you. But I've literally never, I cannot watch an exorcism film or something like that, and even a movie like The Thing that is not even an exorcism film, like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. That thing just looks so bizarre that it just freaks me out that I haven't even watched The Thing. But I mean, like, I can watch vampire movies, werewolf movies, the Alien franchise, Predator. I dig all that stuff, but zombie stuff obviously as well. Killing zombies is always awesome. Just go jamming Cannibal Corpse while killing zombies, but yeah. So they never got taken down, which is actually surprising because. But I mean, I guess it shouldn't be because, like, I mean, with the internet, you know, you can show a lot of violence, but God forbid that somebody flash a titty on the screen. That's then you'll get banned. So I'm surprised they haven't taken down any clips of like Violence Jack or any of that shit. Like Violence Jack is scarring. Like, oh my gosh, that shit was brutal. Oh, I can never get that stuff out of my mind. I don't know if you guys know about it, Claudio and Michelle. Violence Jack. Trust me when I say this. Do not watch it. It is just disturbing as hell.
But that makes me want to watch it.
No. But I'm being dead serious, Michelle. Like, I've seen some shit. And even this makes me not want to see any more shit. Like, I've seen some things, man, and some stuff. Wouldn't recommend it. That's definitely what it's like. So yeah, we'll definitely check that out. But what made you want to start that particular channel? Was it just like, I just want to make brutal, horrifying stuff?
The Behold Sin channel or whatever it's called?
Yes.
I wanted to keep my main channel anime centric, and so I created that to load the music videos on. That's really all it was.
Awesome. Okay, what kinds of horror movies do you enjoy that you like used in the clips and everything like that?
Oh man, I don't know. I've seen so many freaking horror movies get all melted together.
Become one nightmare.
The Descent, I think, was really good. Shudder, the Taiwanese version. I'm also a sucker for The Grudge 2, the American version. Say what you want, whatever. And then Netflix just has all these horror movies that I get to watch, so I always have a good time.
Really?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'll do them anymore. I'm done with making music videos, but it was fun while I did it.
Yeah. So yeah, do you smile? No, but that's awesome. I'll definitely check those out because I've never checked them out. I just saw the thumbnails at first when I first discovered that channel, and I was like, "Whoa, this is totally different." But I'll actually never forget when your old channel was up. You uploaded an AMV. It was I think it was the Thy Artist Murder one, and I think it was like you had all your anime stuff there, but then you had this one random one where you're like, I don't care, I'm just putting this really violent thing up here. What was it? The Hortia Chainsaw one? Is that the one you made?
Yeah, exactly. That is it. That's the one.
Damn, that was like, I just watched that AMV and I was like, whoa, that escalated quickly. But it's just, oh gosh. For me, metal, anime, and just horror stuff just really go well together. Like, I mean, I know I've gotten into plenty of arguments with other anime fans where they're like, no, it has to be cutesy music, and I'm just like, no, it needs to be brutal. So the more brutal, the better.
I mean, I think the outcome is going to be different depending on which kind of music you use. So if you want, the pinnacle of violence, you got to go for the heavy stuff we listen to. But if you want the really creepy, sinister stuff, you got to go for the atmospheric crap.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
Agalosh. But man. Also, another thing I want to ask for Atmentod is now, obviously, I mentioned I asked this earlier. Are there any like non-brutal bands that you enjoy? I mean, obviously there are some we can see on your channel, like Bloodhound Gang seems to be one of them.
No.
And don't you?
That's when I say I work off inspiration. Sometimes I'll hear a song on the radio and go, this would go really well with this anime.
Okay,
and that's
all right.
That's really all it is. No, I don't like Bloodhound Gang.
Okay. All right. No, I just thought so. Sorry for assuming. But,
no problem.
What else do you enjoy? Any other genres as well? Anything outside of the brutal realm of metal?
I guess hard rock alternative, but it's still kind of within those lines, I guess. So
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all I listen to. Hard rock. I mean, I have OSTs and stuff, but hard rock, alternative, and then everything death.
Everything death. Yeah. I don't know. Do you, by any chance, enjoy any electronic genres like I don't know, industrial or synthwave, any of those kinds of things?
Nope. I do not.
Okay.
Pure metalhead. That's great.
Yeah.
Pure.
You see, he is true cult.
Yeah. Fuck synthesizers. Just
fuck that shit.
I mean, they create a sound that I really like, but I haven't heard one yet that really gets to me with the electronic and the deathcore scene.
Do you know who I think you might enjoy though? Then there's a guy that I listen to. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's called the Enigma TNG. And this guy makes some pretty experimental, really heavy electronic music, and he even does a lot of metal tracks as well, a lot of Fear Factory and all that kind of based stuff. So I think you'll really enjoy him. I'll actually send a link to his channel to you, but I highly recommend him if you want to check out something that's just a little bit outside the realm of heavy metal, but still has something to do with it. So
I'll check it out.
And he does a lot of Ghost in the Shell themed music as well. So he did a pretty cool remix of the Standalone Complex theme as well, which is pretty sick as well.
Cool.
So let's see the Enigma TNG. Just looking this up here, guys. Claudio, Michelle, is there anything else you maybe want to ask Atmentod? That we are just over the 1 hour mark.
Yeah. No, it's cool that you're a metalhead, man. I love the fact that you like Meshuggah.
Swedish death metal bands all the way, man.
Yeah, man, that's what I say. Now, only because I live here. No, but honestly, I think Meshuggah is one of our. Those guys are fucking national treasure.
They're pioneers, man. They're pioneers.
Yeah, man. They were hitting it before anyone else. So listening to Meshuggah is knowing what's up. At least I think, So that's pretty cool. I actually got the chance to meet those guys a few times. We played a close-up boat. We did in Sweden they have this metal boat, like a big, the ships that sail the Caribbean, kind of big ships. They go from Sweden to the whole Baltic Sea down to Finland and Lithuania and parts like that. And there's this company, it's a magazine, it's a hard rock magazine in Stockholm that's called Close Up Magazine. And those guys have a festival on that boat. And we played the same year when Meshuggah headlined. And that was fucking awesome because we were stuck with those guys on the same boat for 3 days. Drinking beer, listening to great metal, and fucking love those guys. So that's really cool, man. Really love your channel. Too bad that the old one got shut down, but I mean, just do you, man. You're really good at what you do, so keep doing that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm glad that you kept going. I'm glad you didn't give up after getting shut down twice. You said, "Damn." Well, I subscribed, dude. I subscribed. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your stuff because it's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be slow. So
I understand. Believe me, I do.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so guys, it's come to the end of the podcast. But again, guys, as I said before, I will leave the link to Atmentod's channel in the description and at the end of this video. So make sure you go and subscribe to him. He is friggin' awesome. He makes awesome content. And just help him out and stuff. So, so stay brutal, guys. So, anything else you want to sign off on?
Woo! Yeah! Rock on! There you go.
Death on, man. Death on. Not metal on. Death
Okay, all right, and don't be a stranger, man. If you want to join us on the AnimetalKast at any time, you are more than welcome to. It will be less formal.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay, sure thing. Okay, so thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and look forward to the next episode in which we will be interviewing the one and only Weeaboo Reacts. So yeah, take care, guys, and have a kick-ass day. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the show. Please be sure to check out Atmentod's channel by clicking on the icon for his channel at the end of this video and by checking the description box below for the link to his channel. Also guys, don't forget to subscribe to my friends MeShellTiel and Claudio Oyarzo and show them all the love and support you can give them as well. Finally guys, if you want to be featured on the AnimetalKast, and if you have music, art, writing, anything of that sort that you would maybe like to promote, then be sure to check out my Patreon page for further details to see as to how you can join the podcast. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and until the next one, take care and have a kick-ass day.